You are now about to witness the strength of
ESP.
Yo. Yeah. Yeah. You heard me? Yo.
Yo, what's good, guys? It's your skate shop host with the most. It's Jamie from ESP in Chichester. I want to first off start by saying thank you to everyone who sent in questions for this Q&A session. I've kind of dwindled it down to what I think is maybe the most relevant top 12. Let's see how this goes. If you enjoy it and you like it, comment below at the end, and we'll do another session if you're feeling it. So we'll just, let it happen. Question 1. Why start a skate store? Wow. This is going to be a pretty long edit, right? I can think of like a million reasons why to open a skate store. Probably think of 2 million why not to. Passion, heart, desire. They're all the obvious quick answers. The reality of wanting to give back to something that gives me so much is probably the most accurate answer, I reckon. To try and enjoy work as much as possible. Guess that's another pretty accurate answer. And also, you've got to remember, 96 when we opened, like, it was rare. Not completely non-existent, but it was rare, you know? So, trying to encourage people in my area, give them a place, a sanctuary, you know, a place to go hang out, learn about rolling sports. Yeah, I guess the reason to start a skate shop is heart. It's desire, it's passion. That is the quick answer. That's probably the answer. And then with that comes a whole host of ingredients that regularly make me smile. What got me into rollerblading? Okay, so the realness is I started riding BMXs probably 94, 95, something like that. And like any teenager, or probably just before my teen years, I just wanted to hang out with my mates, be outside, get amongst it, you know? And the guy who I started riding bikes basically because got some rollerblades. So I needed to get some rollerblades, you know? It's as simple as that. The reality, thinking back on it, I was 4 foot nothing. BMXs weighed double the amount what they do now. So like a manny or a bunny hop was pretty epic, pretty like out of my comfort zone, if you like. So although the guy who lived not far from me had a ramp that I could go and ride around on and stuff, like if I even got near Copenhagen on my BMX, that was a big deal. Then started going to Southgate, started getting more amongst it, and liked what came with like that side of things, like trying to push myself and stuff. And then, like I say, my friend got some rollerblades. There was a little ramp in the town centre, in the back of a youth club. I learned to drop in, and like 22 years later, I'm still hustling, I'm still trying, you know? So yeah, what got me into rollerblading? The answer is, Michael, what's your favourite trick? That question has a different answer on a different day. That's really real, that's the honest answer to that question. Like, right now I'm just coming back from a dislocated knee injury, so just rolling feels pretty incredible. Like, it makes me smile, it's the best. And a couple of cheeky battle royales the other day felt real good. I skate park probably more than I skate street nowadays, or not probably, definitely more than I skate street nowadays. And the thing I used to like so much about skating street was just the rawness. I find time so limited nowadays that skating street is a hustle, like getting somewhere and then potentially getting the boot straight away when you put all the effort in and your limited time off, blah, blah, blah. Like, so going and skating park is kind of, I guess, my most natural habitat when I'm on my boots. And like, there's something about a flatty that like feels so rad. Like, so I guess the answer, what I'm trying to say, my answer to my question in this frame of mind is a flat spin. But like rolling, cruising, flowing, linking tricks is like where I'm at. It's like what I really enjoy doing. So that's kind of, maybe I feel like I've hustled around the question there a little bit. But again, it's just honest, that's the answer. It's just real. Question 4, I get asked all the time. What does ESP stand for? Now, I kind of like it when I ask people, when they ask me this question, what do you think it stands for? And obviously extrasensory perception comes up all the time, and people that know a bit of the history about the store always come up with Eddie Stenner's place, which I think is a wicked name. The actual reality, ESP, stands for Extreme Sports Products. which in '96 when we opened sounded kind of cool and way less cheesy than it does now. We've been known as ESP since day one, even before the abbreviated world that we're in now, so we're even more cemented in being ESP. And I personally am quite a fan of Eddie Stenner's place and wish I thought of it myself, but didn't, so I can't take that credit. So yeah, Extreme Sports Products, now you know, yo. What is your worst injury? Yeah, what is your worst injury? The most fresh in my mind is the dislocated left knee. Definitely sucked. Kept me off my skates for too long. Probably, yeah, I mean, just any injury, anything that stops you doing what you like doing, like, there's no fun in any of that, you know, like, so they're all bad. Whether it be a hip banger, meaning that you avoid a certain trick because that's what you banged your hip doing, or whether it be something that means you literally can't put your boots on until you regain the strength or refix the ligaments, the bone, whatever it is, like, the small, what's it called, there's a small bone in your wrist that everyone breaks, like, that's happened, like, I've experienced that. I've dislocated my left elbow at Chai Park, bust myself, that's just over there for viewers that aren't from Chichester. Dislocated both knees, thankfully not at the same time. And then, yeah, bumps, scrapes. I smashed my head one time actually at Farnborough years ago, which scared the crap out of me. But, you know, I could skate again in a couple of days, so it doesn't register as a worst. I think they all suck, is the answer to your question. Like, I don't like any injuries, but the knee is fresh in my mind because I've only been back on my boots twice since. So yeah, dislocated knee, or they all suck. Take that. I guess I deserve that. What's your daily stance is the next question. I'm rocking these jams. I got some bombers, some hella highs, throwing that style out there. Shorts, socks. Anyone who watches the Insta knows that I'm all about the daily stance. I encourage it. My feet are happier since I've been rocking these socks, you know. We've done an ESP range of socks too, which is, looking at the screen, is these jams or just straight pointing. The God's ones in stock as well, you know, like, so I like logo socks, simple as that. And probably was wide open from that question from the outset of putting this out there. So yeah, flossing, daily stance, solid. What do I like most about Chichester? Chichester, for those who aren't from here, my amazing better half coined the name Chichester, which I'm clinging to and claiming as my own because I think it's hella funny. And this summer, to be fair, it's been Chichester up in here for sure. It's been toasting hot. It's been amazing. I kind of like mellow city vibes, I think is the answer to that question. Like, Chichester's chilling, man, you know, like all things, you need to experience it yourself to make your own view on it, but like, it's kind of, it's small enough that it's maybe intimate, like you recognize faces when you walk around and stuff, but like big enough that it's not painfully repetitive, I guess. I mean, I only go to a few spots when I'm in Chichester, like, you know, like coffee shops just across the street. I spend all my time in here. Skate parks just down the street. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm done. Like, if a city's got that, and it's got predominantly smiley faces, some sunshine, the odd beautiful cathedral, and a beach that's not far from here that's ridiculous, what more could you want? ESP tattoos. How did that start? The honest answer to that question is I have no idea. I personally got an ESP tattoo after our first 10 years of trading, just like as a way of me saying thank you to ESP, you know, like just wanted it on my body. Like it is my life, but for whatever, it felt like the right time for whatever reason to get that shit inked. And that's that, you know, like, so just, yeah, got the tattoo. And then like over the last year, I guess, like I've been getting sent DMs from friends and peeps, you know, like of the store logo, you know, so it's not just an ESP tattoo, it's like the store tag logo. And that blows my mind, like blows my mind. I guess we're in a world where tattoos aren't as permanent as they once were, but I mean, someone still endured some pain to represent, and I take my hat off to any of them, all of them, for doing that, you know, like I think it's nuts. It makes me genuinely happy and smile when I think about it. I think all of the guys who I know have got one are all nuts, you know, and I don't think they'd be offended by me saying that, but like, yeah, like, mental, so sick. And the answer is I have no idea. Who cuts my hair? There's only one guy who cuts my hair. It's Big Pups. It's Ebbert. It's the original ESP, Eddie Stenner's place. Yeah, I mean, that guy's the guy, you know, when it comes to haircuts. If you're in the area, pop into Studio One. I'll make sure I tag their Insta at the bottom of the video. Banging barbers in Bognor Regis. He's a grumpy fucker a lot of the time, but he's the best guy on earth, and no one else is cutting it. So why have I got so much energy? There are times when the answer to that question is I don't. Simple as that. But like, I guess generally, like, pretty stoked. Like, I guess being stoked gives you energy, you know, like, what's not to be stoked about? Work here, get to meet fascinating people on the regular, get to help out with setting up bikes, skateboards, blades, scooters, got an amazing girl, like, what more could you want? Like, so therefore, why wouldn't I be energized and juiced to just try and experience every day? The other answer is probably because Coffee Lab Coffee, and again, people not from Chichester, they'll know that I'm pointing, people from Chichester will know I'm pointing there, because that's where it is, it's super close. It's banging coffee, man. I'm charged on that stuff on the regular. So the answer is either because I'm just generally stoked, or the answer is because I drink probably more coffee than I should, and you can decide which one you think is most relevant. Okay, so why don't we have an online store? I'm trying to think of the most unboring way to answer this question. I mean, the honest answer is maybe we should have. Like, everyone's online all the time, right? You guys are online watching this right now. Point proven. Because it sucks. Yeah, that's the answer, because it sucks. Like, if you're buying something and you're learning about something and you're passionate about something, or you're new to something and you wanna learn from people that do, I can't understand why reading a blog and then getting that size board or that brand or coloured scooter or that particular bike, whatever, like, that's got to be a real experience. It's got to be an actual thing where you go to a shop. Years ago, for people that are older than 25, I got a mini disc player, right? It was cutting edge at the time, is what I felt, and I didn't know where to go or what to get or anything like that. And my dad knows everything about life, but definitely everything about music. And I said to him, "Oh, you know, I want to get a mini disc player. Like, what's the score?" And he was like, "Right, that's it. Don't worry about it. Like, this weekend we'll go and sort it out." So I presumed we were off, whatever, and we drove to a Richer Sound, which I think the nearest one at the time was Southampton, 30 miles away from Bognor Regis, where I lived. And he was like, "These are the people that know." He said, "I've got vinyl." And, you know, my dad's a tech head, but like, he's like, "I don't know mini disc, but I know these guys know, and therefore we need to go and ask the experts." And that is exactly how, still to this day, I run ESP. Like, I'm not saying, you know, you can't find this information out. You totally can. I just don't think that people should believe the reviews or the statements or the things that they see online, because 9 times out of 10 they're written by the company owners or their mates or whatever, so it's like a jaded opinion, you know. So like, if I can get by with not having an online store, that's so much cooler, because it means that people are coming in and trying their first pair of skates on and hopefully getting, you know, stoked about it, because you get a feeling, you know, trying things on and meeting people. Like, skating itself is a real experience, so getting those skates should be a real experience, you know. And I can't imagine why you would do it any other way. So we don't have an online store because we don't. If I didn't have ESP, what would I be doing now? When this question came up, I tried to think about an answer. But I mean, I've got no idea. I'd like to think it would be something involved in skate or in like rolling sports. But I don't know. I kind of feel like life presents something every now and again, and you roll with it, you know. Like, when I was a kid, like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. If I'm brutally honest now, I still don't know what I want to do. I just want to enjoy what I'm doing. And like, how lucky am I to have this, to do this, you know? I think it's rad. I don't know, like, I feel like this is so good that I don't want to, or I'm lucky enough not to have to pursue what I would do. But the answer is I'd do anything, you know, like, if I can do it and enjoy it, or, you know, it was necessary for whatever reason to provide for the family or whatever it is, then I'd just knuckle down and do it. That's just the way I am. But like, how stoked and how lucky am I to generally 99% of the time love coming to work? Like, I've got a lot of friends that work for the weekends, you know, and don't really, they work because they have to, whereas I kind of feel like I'm lucky that's not the case, you know. So the answer to the question is, I don't know, man. Like, I'm brutally unqualified when it comes to paper written qualifications, but I'm more qualified than anyone to do what I do, you know. So, or as equally qualified, you know, how, depending on how you look at that. Yeah, so I have no idea is how I would answer that question. Right, guys, that's that. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're liking this sort of slightly more chilled take of the YouTube channel. And if you've got any comments or you want to see certain things, like, just comment below, and I'll accommodate it where possible, you know. Come see me in Chichester next time you're around. We always here.
Yeah, 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 yeah.